where we will be focusing all of our time, energy and resources to creating platforms for networking, linkage to information with the youth in different sectors, be it the arts, be it in business, be it cooperatives, be it industrialization, be it in manufacturing. The reason for this is that for the longest time the youth has been marginalized, and the youth agenda generally just almost forms part of a by-the-way thing. And as an institution, this is our way of showing the youth of Rustenburg that we do hear their plight. We are hereby pledging our support, and we're creating a platform for them to also come and lay down the challenges that are faced by the youth, and at the same time to come forth with solutions. And from there on, we'll be able to continuously create a program working towards making it easier for youth to be able to access opportunities within the institution, the youth to be able to access opportunity from private sector, in particular the mines in this instance, making also exposing youth to agriculture, and making it fashionable that the youth can also be farmers as well. It's not an old people or an elderly people's space. It is a space in which the youth should actually start participating more wholeheartedly in. As you would know, Rustenburg is it's mainly our economy is overly dependent on mines. With that, when there was a boom in the platinum price and the mining industry in general, it also prompted an influx of of people, especially from outside of Rustenburg, outside of the province. And with what happened in 2012, that the protracted strike, a slump in platinum prices, and the VW scandal and the platinum price not being able to recover. Now the invent of the electrical vehicles that make platinum a little bit more absolute now. You don't necessarily need it. You don't need those catalytic converters as you did in yesteryears. That is all added up to the huge unemployment rate that we are seeing now, because the demand versus what there is to actually access from people. The mines are sharing jobs at a very, very, very high rate. And that is all that's adding on to this the youth unemployment. The second issue is the issue of the lack of skills, the lack of adequate skills from our youth. So you talk unemployment on the one hand, but on the other hand, what skill sets are we having? Are we actually in a position to be able to access any kind of job opportunity? So hence we are dealing with unemployment and also unemployability at the same time. So yes, I think those are the main issues when it comes to our high unemployment rate. The lack of access to information, I would say, because our career options, those that we are exposed to in our traditionally township or Kasi areas, are quite limited. We either want to go into mining or want to do BCom. So with the career exposed and so on, it's for us to broaden the scope, show the youth that there's more to this than just what we have been made to believe. And also we know university is not everyone's path. There's also TVET. There's all different kinds of skill sets that one can access and be able to make a living for oneself. The honest truth is that not everyone will be employed. Hence, we need to put emphasis on SMME development. We need some of our own youth to become employers instead of striving to be employees. The IDC has also identified a youth fund specifically for black industrialists that are young. And with us having the mines here, it becomes very important that we should actually take the lead in the manufacturing space, that we should ensure that whatever components that are used and supplied in the mines are actually manufactured by young people from Rustenburg, in Rustenburg, so that way we are able to keep the rand in circulation in our own environment. And it's important to collaborate also with the mines, because they need to become the first to be the off-takers of whatever produce that will be manufactured by our local SMMEs. Another sector, a key sector, is what I've mentioned before, is agriculture. Rustenburg predominantly, before the mining boom, is an area that is known for agriculture. In particular, it was in citrus farming. So as we speak, areas of Renkelenyane, Barseba, Betani, and so forth. Those are areas where there's agricultural activities taking place. There's a portion of our municipality that falls within the Maize Triangle. So we have all of the arable land available. We have also, as an institution, developed what's called the Agricultural Support Program. Through that program, we provide non-financial support, in particular to those that have already been in the sector, because they have taken the initiative and they have proved that they have the staying power to make it work in the agricultural sector. So as part of the program, we will be taking youth to a farm that is youth-owned, so that just to show them that it is possible, it can be done, it is being done. The identification of the youth is done through the ward councillors via the Office of the Speaker, and it is not necessarily an identification of a select group of youth. Hence, even in my earlier input, we had said there's no quota or cap on who we want to be part of this program. So the invitation is broadly to all of the youth in Rustenburg. So the program on the 12th, we'll be having the Career and Skills Day, where there'll be the panel discussions. We'll be speaking about educating future leaders, access to education. We'll be addressing the skills revolution, because obviously the economies keep on changing. So as we diversify this economy, which new skill set do we now need for the new economy? We need to be prepared for the new economy. You can't just say we want to diversify and not have the skills to actually diversify. Then we're going to have the hashtag Y4R Enterprise Development Day. That's where we'll be dealing with issues of supplier development, enterprise development. This will include your private companies, your co-ops, and there will be a panel discussion which will be made up out of our own supply chain as government, because we need to be the first port of call. Before we say to private sector, they must come on board and support our SMMEs. We must actually be spending our own budget on these SMMEs and cooperatives. That's what we'll be doing on the 13th. On the 21st, that is the farm visit. The farm is in Tlasin, as I had already explained. I won't get into too much detail about that one. Then on the 29th, that's where we'll be having more the recreational things. We'll have the fun walk, the market day, and the mayoral cup. The market day is mainly there to give exposure to our poets, the musicians, those in the cultural dance space, the crafters. That's basically, that day actually belongs to them. Then we'll also be having the mayoral cup on that particular day and the fun walk. And I hope you guys can come through so that we can, can have a bit of healthy lifestyle going on, at least for the month of June. The intention is to have it go beyond the month of June. The previous year we had done the program, and it was a pilot. So you learn as you go. The important thing now will be for us to create constant communication and linkage. All of the stakeholders that we'll be bringing in, we need to be able to track what exactly is the eventual outcome. We don't want to keep on having talk shows. You call people, there's a panel discussion, this one take this one's number, and there's no real tangible result that comes out of it. Together with the acting director, LED, who's the enterprise head, the head of enterprise development in the institution, we've agreed that we'll develop some sort of a feedback loop so that we know whether to continue with this program, whether it's actually yielding any results, and whether the youth feel that we should do it differently. Hence, we said the platform is also for the youth to give us inputs on how and what we should do better, because at the end of the day, we want the results for them. And a challenge, when it's your challenge, is better for you to understand how it should be done. You would know how it would be done. So we don't want it to be a program that's necessarily imposed on the youth of Rustenburg, but one that we develop and grow together with the youth of Rustenburg. So the intention is clear. This can't be a once-off thing. For as long as there's unemployment, for as long as there's inequality, for as long as there's poverty, there's unemployability, this program needs to run. So for as long as we have not adequately addressed those issues, we cannot just be having this end as Youth Month will be ending.